Alice Ermina Ransom was born in Wisconsin in 1867. Alice was the second of 3 children born to Anson Ransom, a farmer, and his wife Lucinda. Anson also had 2 older children from a prior marriage. Alice was only 6 years old when her mother died. He married Nancy about a year and a half later, and they had 2 children together. But tragically, Nancy died just a few years later in a carriage accident. Despite the heavy losses of her mother and stepmother while she was so young, Alice persevered and worked hard for her education. She gave a recitation for the final day of school, from Be Kind to the Loved Ones at Home. She achieved some of the highest grades in her class and was noted as being neither absent nor tardy during the term. And soon, she tested for and was granted a teaching certificate to become a teacher herself. But plans have a way of changing, especially when you're 17 years old and a handsome 22-year-old. Perry Adams catches your eye. On November 25, 1884, Alice and Perry, whose actual first name was Archibald, but he preferred his middle name, were married in a double wedding at her home. Alice's younger sister, Eva, who was just 15 years old, married 21-year-old Thomas Duffy during the same ceremony. After the wedding, Alice and Perry settled into everyday life. Perry worked as a farm laborer. They welcomed a son, John Albert, in 1887. Then in 1888, Grace was born. But tragically, Grace died at only 14 months old. Charles was born in 1890. Ethel was the next born, in 1892. But tragedy struck again, and little Ethel died at just 17 months old. Nellie would be born in 1895. Archibald was born just about a year later. Sometime between 1897 and 1900, the family packed up and moved to Kansas. But they quickly decided Kansas wasn't for them. By 1902, when the youngest child, Florence, was born, they had moved again, all the way to Seattle. Perry worked as a laborer for the city water department. They bought a house, raised their children, and enjoyed their lives together. In 1910, Alice was admitted to the Seattle General Hospital to have surgery to remove uterine fibroids. Unfortunately, she dealt with complications. She developed dangerous abdominal swelling and remained in the hospital. Sadly, Alice's heart was weak, and she had a heart attack. Despite the best efforts of the hospital staff, 2 hours after she began experiencing the heart attack, Alice died at just 43 years old. 4 years later, her youngest child, Florence, died from meningitis and now sleeps alongside her mama. Perry mourned Alice deeply, and it was 13 years before he would be married again to Minnie. He's pictured here with one of his granddaughters, Lois. Their surviving children all lived long lives. Perry died in 1930. Thank you for taking a few moments with me today to remember Alice.